yourself, what are those 2 or 3 things that I really wish people didn't know about me? I'd rather keep hidden. I don't really want to share. I'd rather you didn't know. Because those are the things that are ready for you to heal. Those are the things that are ready for a little bit of light. Ask yourself to go through in your mind, what are the roles you play? What are the names that you have in your life? Your profession, your physical appearance, your family situation, all of the names that people ascribe to you. Tall, male, female, short, smart, not so. How do you see the places in your life, all the different roles lined up? And can you know that in your heart of hearts, all of that is you? All of that is to be treasured and strengthened and nourished and healed where necessary. Do you know that? And it's that progression that we make. That we want body, mind, and spirit to be in sync. And we know that it's something we're growing into, right? So we move from the toddler who always says, look at me, to being the teenager who says, don't look at me, to the adult who says, I am myself, and begins to look within. Holmes says, you are an individual awakening to a greater potentiality. Life made you out of itself and implanted a unique something within you, and every urge you have to rise up is an echo from deep within. That's your soul speaking to you. That's the essence. That's the self with a capital S. That's what you want to be, your source of nourishment, because that is your connection to the divine, which is within you. We stop looking at the world to give us what we need and begin to understand that within us we have the ability to see things differently, to respond differently, to come from a place of love and compassion rather than reaction. We begin to understand that this too is who we are. And if we're doing our spiritual practice, then we are creating a channel for that love and compassion to move out into the world. Now, there are definite signs when I'm not coming from that soul space. Sorry, this was really full. It's really hard to speak if you have water up your nose. But it's better now. And we are abundant, right? Obviously, and overflowing with water. So I can tell when I'm not balanced, when I'm not centered, when I'm not coming from that place of love and light within me. I'm sure you have your days, right? For me, I'll start comparing myself to someone else. Oh man, he did that a lot better than I did. Or, wow, why didn't I think it? How come we're not doing that at our center? We begin to compare and we begin to come up short. Or we begin to have these little internal conversations that, if said out loud, you would think were quite judgmental about the people walking by or the person giving you their opinion or the news that's on TV, because, it's really easy to yell at the TV, right? Maybe you slam doors. Maybe you drop things. Maybe you hear yourself swearing all the time. That's my personal favorite. I can always tell when I'm off balance. There's a lot of extra words in my sentences that really don't need to be there. All of those are signs, are hey, over here, take a moment. Do a little self-care. Now, self-care doesn't just mean go to the spa for the day. I mean, that is a lovely way to do something. Well, if you like that sort of thing, it's a lovely way to take care of yourself. But we're talking about care for the whole you. So that means quiet time for your mind to relax. That means maybe music to listen to. It means getting outside in nature, because physiologically we respond differently Usually we relax when we're out in the trees or the sunshine, or we're smelling the flowers. Self-care means to know yourself well enough to know what lifts you up, to know what helps you to feel expanded rather than constricted. It helps you to know which people you want to be around, because again, you want to be around the people who lift you up, who help you feel supported and loved, and not the people who drain your energy. So sometimes self-care is walking away from someone or something. Sometimes self-care is asking for help. It's reaching out to a practitioner, a minister, your best friend, someone who listens to you, who sees you, who asks and really wants to know your answer when they say, "How are you?" So self-care is the whole package. It's all of our faculties, our emotions, our physical selves. It means getting enough rest and sleep and outdoor time. It means our spiritual self that needs food for thought. We're the whole thing. And the thing about self-care is that that's how we take back our power. Because when you take care of yourself, you are telling yourself you're worth it. Right? You're worth it. I'm worth the time to take that extra half hour in the morning and sit in the garden. I'm worth the time to take a few moments and listen to a little quiet music when I'm driving rather than letting the traffic get to me. And if I don't have music on my radio that works for me, you know what? I'm worth the $10 it might take, or the $15 to buy the CD that I really like. You know, taking care of yourself is a way of showing you that you're valuable, because you are. Whether you see it or not, you are. Ask your best friend, they'll tell you, you are. And on the days we can't believe it for ourselves, it's good to ask. It's good to have a little list of things we know we can do that will perk us up a bit. Holmes says, "Behold, I make all things new." And he's quoting and talking about how our shift in perspective, our willingness to see ourselves differently, creates a new experience of life. Jack Kornfield says that if your compassion does not include yourself, it's incomplete. So how many of you know in your own lives that you are able to and have expressed compassion for other people? Right? You reach out a hand to help. Maybe it's kids, maybe your own, maybe a stranger. Can you know for yourself that you are also compassionate towards yourself? Do you give yourself a break? Or do you call yourself names? And on the days when you call yourself names, do you realize it and turn around and give yourself a break? Because that counts. Okay? Be kinder to yourself, and then let your kindness flood the world. See, the thing is, we can't give what we don't have. And on a spiritual level, we have it all. But we have to be open. Our awareness has to be open to all of the gifts that we have. And then we can share. So my self-care, my putting on my oxygen mask first, means that I am available to show up for you. That I am energized enough to take a step to make the world a better place. Even if it's just my world with me and my dog, or the whole world. It all counts. It all matters. And it all starts here. Do you know someone who's down on themselves all the time? All the time. How fun are they to be around? Not really. How much are they able to do in their life that they really want to do? Not much. Our relationship with life begins with our relationship with ourselves. And Science of Mind teaches that the more we know ourselves, then the greater the opening for Spirit to work through us. So this myself leads us to the I am. And what is the I am? It is that one mind, that one consciousness, that infinite shared source of all life that we are all a part of. I heard a great metaphor. It's a picture a wagon wheel, right? So it's got the hub in the middle and the spokes all going to the outside and the outer rim, right? We start out life out here on the outer rim, seeing the world from our perspective, not necessarily realizing that there are all these other spokes at the same time. And as we get to know ourselves and we move down that spoke towards the center, what we realize is that there are all these other people, all these other beings also traveling this journey called life. And in the center, we find common ground. In the center, we find the energy that we all share. In the center, we realize that the secret I hold, if I share it with you, I'll find out that it's also the secret you hold. And all of a sudden, it's a lot less burdensome. The power of the wheel is in the hub. It's the center that holds it together, that makes it possible for us all to branch out and live life in a spectacular way. But it helps to know that we can go to that center, that we can go to the source anytime, and renew and refresh and begin again. Holmes says that our three greatest needs are to feel that we are needed, wanted, and loved. To feel that we belong to the universe in which we live. Well, we are, and we do, and I invite you to take care of yourselves. Namaste. So let's go to prayer for a moment. Breathing in once again to that heart center. That place of peace. That part of us that is not in or of the world. It's our very own. And with every breath, allow the light that is within you to burn. Brighter, broader. Let that light fill your being. With every breath, fill yourself with light. Feel the warmth. See the air shimmer. And as you continue to breathe, breathe that light out into the world. For this light is eternal. It cannot be extinguished. It is of the everlasting source of all life. And it is from this place of light and life, this center of our being where all things are infinitely supplied, that we choose to live from. It is from this place that we move out into the world, lit up from within, knowing we are loved, knowing we are enough, knowing the power of life that is within us. And I speak my word that this sense of innate power is one of expansion, compassion. It's the power of love, which creates and builds and supports and sustains. And I call forth from each and every one of us the ability to open the channel within that we might bring that powerful light into the world, into our relationships with each other, with our community, with our planet. For I know that life will live itself. I know that I am a channel for that infinite expression. And in that expression, there is love and more love, creativity and more creativity, comfort and more comfort, kindness and more kindness. And seeing it in myself, I see it in others. The eyes of others show me that light within, that I might trust this life, that I might trust my inner self to know how to live, how to love, how to help, how to laugh. For we are all evolving together into this greater expression of love and life that we are. And for this I am grateful. Grateful for the gift of everyone in this room. Grateful for the gifts of healing that are happening now, seen and unseen in everyone's lives. Grateful for the infinite possibilities spread before us that make each day an adventure. For I know it to be good, for it is all God. And in knowing this, I'll simply let it be. And so it is. So I invite you to join me in saying our affirmation, which is in your program. I'll read a sentence and invite you to repeat it after me so that our friends online can take part as well. Today I stand in right relationship with my authentic self. I choose self-care as my spiritual practice. And so it is. All right. I'm going to rearrange and then we're going to have music. I want to, let's have music first and then I'll have myself together by the time you guys finish. That'd be good. I'll just sit down now.
Move that out of the way and so I can see you all. Our second song that we've picked to play today is a song that I wrote a while back. Okay, and it has to do with family, it has to do with memories, it has to do with this time of the year. Okay, I'm sure a lot of you are going to go out probably tomorrow or today, and you're going to celebrate, and and we're going to get together with some people and we're going to celebrate. But it makes me think, this time of year makes me think about when I was younger, and I used to go with my family, and we would go right over here to Upland to this thing called the All States Picnic, and I remember running around as a little kid, and every block that you came to would be a different state, and you would meet people from all over the country. Anyway, those kinds of memories come back to me, and this particular song brings that up for me. It starts out when me being in school, and it's the last day, okay, before summer vacation. And we've been sitting there and waiting, and we're watching that clock, and it's hot outside because they didn't use air conditioning back then. They just opened the window if you were lucky. And I'd be sitting there and I'd be watching that clock and going, okay, 5 more minutes and it's going to be summer vacation. I'm going to do all of these things. Well, doing this song brings that back to me, and hopefully it'll bring a little of that back to you, and some memories that are that you want to visit. But I better do it in the right key. Well, we sat there in the classroom as the minutes slowly passed, waiting for that bell that meant summer's come at last. We all started out in autumn. The weather turning cold, and I would dream about the summer and the fun that it would hold. Summer wonders down at the swimming hole, vacations with the family, oh, the places we would go. Sometimes we would go camping and we'd sleep beneath the stars. Sometimes I'd put a tent up and we'd sleep in our backyard. Having fun isn't hard when you're young at heart. There were picnics at the beaches, and our skin would turn so brown. We'd play baseball in the vacant field. Our friends were all around. Many summers now are past, and our kids, they all have grown. And now summer's even better, 'cause the grandkids come along. You know that youth is just perception. I was old at 21. Now I'm past my 60s and the fun is just begun. If I live to be 100, I'll be grateful every day for each moment that I got to spend enjoying summer days. Well, we sat there in the classroom as the minutes slowly passed, waiting for that bell and meant summer's come at last. Well, we sat there in the classroom as the minutes slowly passed, waiting for that bell and meant the summer's come at last. You guys have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you both so much. It's always so fun. So let's take a moment and acknowledge how good it is to be part of a community that is self-supporting, and to thank all of you for your ongoing support. If you're contributing financially today, the baskets are in the back of the room on your way out, or online on our website or on our e-blast. You know, all that we do and all that we give and share goes into keeping our beautiful campus beautiful. You'll notice we have some really pretty curbside things going on. Did you notice as you pulled in? It's looking a little well-tended and gorgeous, and you know, that's because of you. It's because of what we do here together, and that's just step one. So thank all of you for being supportive of this community, and invite you to say with me our prosperity affirmation, for it is the truth of us. Ready? Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am prosperous now. That's the truth. So we have a couple things in process right now, and a couple things coming up. We are still collecting food for both the Foothill Family Shelter and Hope Partners. They replenish their food banks all year long, so we're part of that. We've already taken one batch of goodies. We have another full box out there still, so we've got some more to take. We also have a new project for just this week and next. It's the Children's Foundation of America. That's a Claremont-based organization that supports foster youth. They're already starting their back-to-school drive. Now, they're real smart about this because Staples just happens to have their back-to-school sale going on. And I don't know about you, but I can spend $100 in Staples and come out with 2 carts this time of year because, notebooks are 35 cents and crayons are 99. And I say you go out and you load up, buy all that stuff that you used to love when you went to school and bring it in. And we'll have a collection box. We have one out there today, but we'll also have it out there next Sunday. If you can bring it this next week, that's great. They'll be by on the 20th, which is midweek, to pick everything up from us and take it to go into the backpacks that will then go to the kids. So we love supporting this organization. They do great work. You'll see on the little flyer that there is a list of what's needed. There's also a little QR code for you techno nerds out there. You can flash that. You can actually buy online at Amazon and it will get shipped directly to them if you use the code and go on their website. So lots of fun there. Personally, I already have enough highlighters, but I'm always willing to buy more, and then I'm happy to give them away, right? Just something I love to do. Okay, we have Wednesday Night Gateway this coming week. This is the first Wednesday of the month, which means it is a meditation night. So this is the Wednesday night where it is quiet and calm and peaceful, and Nisa leads us in meditation, and it's just a lovely way to nourish yourself in a way that you probably don't always get the time to do at home because there's too much going on. So join us on Wednesday night. As always, we have a pre-service meditation at 6:15 that's here in the foyer in the practitioner room. And then the service at 7 will also be meditation. So, you really can't have too much meditation. And come on, admit it, you don't meditate nearly as often as you think you should, right? So here's a good chance to catch up. This is a good thing to do. So hopefully we'll see you on Wednesday. And these are my picnic clothes because we have a potluck in Holmes Hall today. Now, if you didn't happen to bring any food today to contribute to the potluck, you can still eat, okay? Trust me, there's plenty of food. So come on over, hang out for a little bit, grab a plate, get some salad, get some chicken, say hi to your new friends, meet some new friends. Mix it up a little. Don't just sit with your old friends. We're out of practice at this. So let's get together. Let's have a little fun and have a little food and get a head start on the 4th of July festivities. Okay? All right. Thanks again to our team that put everything together, and thank you again to the Jacksons for lovely music, and to Jeff. Yes, we love you very much. And let's stand up and circle the room and rock out.
Take a look at the person next to you. Say God loves you right where you be. Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me.